Welcome to the Straight Edge Game Room, the family-friendly, offbeat, drug-free video game review show that nobody asked for. But hey, I'm not giving up. Today we're going to look at another anime-based video game, Kyatto Ninden Teyandee for the Famicom. I'm going to be using a special adapter to play this on my American NES. Let's get into it. Kyatto Ninden Teyandee. That does not literally translate to Samurai Pizza Cats. I've looked up what that title means. Different sources say different things, so your guess is as good as mine. When this anime was westernized, a lot more was changed than just the title. It was made to be more relatable to the Western audience. I have seen both the North American version and the original Japanese version. For me personally, there's very little I would have changed about the Japanese version. It has a charm that the Western version just doesn't match. In my opinion, much of this show's luster was lost in the Saban westernization. But whichever you prefer, the Western version or the Japanese version, I think people of both sides of the coin will enjoy this game equally. This game comes from the same company that brought us Ninja Gaiden, Tecmo. There are even some similarities to Ninja Gaiden in this game, but it's way more forgiving. You won't be breaking your NES controller in a rage quit over this game. It's not nearly as brutal. At the beginning of each stage, you can choose from 3 of the main characters, Yataro, Sakashi, and Perunrun. You'll have to forgive me if I have trouble pronouncing their Japanese names, but in North America they're known as Speedy, Guido, and Polyester. You try saying Perunrun. That's the female cat, also known as Polyester. I think I would have just changed her name to Purina. From this point on, if I mispronounce any other Japanese names, you guys are just going to have to deal with it. All you anime snobs can rip me apart in the comments later. By the way, when's the last time any of you fat sweaty shut-ins have taken a shower?
You better watch your mouth, Buster.
I like to play as Yataro the best. He feels the most balanced of the 3 characters. It could be just me, but I think he also has the best hit detection. Sakashi plays okay, but his hit detection feels a little bit slower than Yataro's. Where Yataro is using a katana, Sakashi's using that big umbrella. It's kinda like he's swinging a big cricket bat. Perunrun, who I'll just call Polly from now on, her standard weapon is not external like Speedy and Guido's, hers are her claws. So she feels just a little bit more close combat than Speedy or Guido. I think in the westernization of the anime, part of her attack was censored because it looks like she claws out her enemy's eyes. Yeah, a lot of moms would write angry letters to Saban Entertainment if their kids were watching that. Well, anyway, as I described in the gameplay, each of the 3 different characters feel individually different. You guys might not feel that way, but for those of you who have played this game in the past, if you feel that each of the 3 characters do feel slightly different, let me know down in the comments. Another thing I liked in this game is also the use of the rescue team that you can summon at any time. I have a little trouble pronouncing their Japanese names, so I'm just going to call them by their Western names. General Katten is the muscle of the group. You need him to break apart these stones that block the areas that you need to get into. Batcat comes with his own bat wings and a helicopter propeller. You use him to fly up to hard to reach areas, or to fly over areas that have platforms that are way far apart. Meowsma is a digger. You use him to get through areas where you need a tunnel through. Then there's Spritz, who makes it easier to move around underwater. He's basically this game's equivalent to the frog suit from Super Mario Bros. 3. Each of the cats can swim underwater, but like in Super Mario Bros. 1, you keep having to push the jump button. But with Spritz, you push the jump button once, and you use the directional pad the rest of the way. Very much like the frog suit from Super Mario Bros. 3. However, each of the rescue team's abilities have a time limit right there where it says help. Once that meter goes all the way down, you have to wait for it to come back up to be able to use their abilities again. If you touch this bell icon, it recharges it immediately. This symbol is for your special weapon. You have 3 positions on your HUD for each special weapon that you can use at a time. You can upgrade your weapon each time you touch that item with that symbol in it, but if you're already on the 3rd column and you touch that item again, you start back at 1. All of the cats have their 3 special weapons, even the rescue team, but I'll be here all day if I talk about every one of them. And the way you use your special weapon is the same as in Ninja Gaiden. Hold up and push the attack button. You can also run in this game, but not the same way that you do like in the Super Mario Bros. Where you hold the B button and push forward. You double tap forward and he keeps running automatically, irregardless if you're holding the forward button or not. But don't worry, you can stop them from running at any time with a directional pad. The stages are in a numerical order, but you don't have to play in that continuity. You can play any stage you want after level 1. Each of the levels start off with a cutscene that play out like an episode from the show. I can't read Japanese, but it's obvious that's what's going on here. And you gotta admire how well this game complements the show that it's based on. Kyatto Ninden Teyandee also has a password system, but the game's kinda short. You can beat it in just a little over an hour. Though this game is short-lived, it is enjoyable, and it's not masochistically difficult. I would recommend a physical copy of this game if you could find it, but it does fetch for $70 and up. I hear that a lot of Samurai Pizza Cat collectibles are very expensive because they're rare, and it was kind of a niche fan base. Hopefully this game will get a Western re-release in some form or fashion with a more reasonable price tag. Kyatto Ninden Teyandee for the Famicom is a fun and charming game, but for $70, well, I'll let you decide if it's worth it. Well, that about does it for this episode of the Straight Edge Game Room. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. It'll help me guys a lot if you like and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions for any other games or video game accessories that you'd like to see on this program, please drop it down in the comments below, and I'll see you again next time.